Okay, now it's 4 p.m. So shall we get started? So first of all, welcome everyone. Welcome to Tokyo. Welcome to Japan. And thank you all for joining us on today's Global Life Science Session 2024. My name is Ikuo Hayashi from LinkJ, and I'll be the moderator of today's session. So today we're going to follow the program shown on the screen. So as I said, we have more than 60 speakers. I'm really excited. And before starting today's program, let us make two requests to the audience. First, please refrain from recording, videotaping, or capturing screenshots or taking a photo of this event. And also, secondly, there will be a short survey after the webinar for the people who are attending online. And we would appreciate your cooperation in filling out the survey to enhance our future events and content. So without further ado, so now we have a welcome greeting from our President and COO, Shunichi Takahashi. So Takahashi-san, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shunichi Takahashi, President and CEO of LinkJ. So it's a great pleasure to welcome you all to the Global Life Science Session 2024. And also to all our speakers, thank you so much for joining us today. This program focuses on the global life science clusters and the startups. And as in previous years, we are hosting this event here in Nihonbashi right before the BioJapan. I'm very happy to have this event again this year. So at the beginning of today, we have nearly 300 registrations for this event, online as well as in person. It's a quite huge number. And also, actually I have two pieces of news about this event. The good news is that we are welcoming two participants from 11 clusters around the world, which is fantastic. And bad news, Iko already mentioned, we have over 60 speakers, 60. Honestly, I have no idea how we are going to manage that, but I'm sure that Iko will figure it out somehow. But this clearly indicates the growth interest the startup have in doing business and building a network here in Japan. So this is a quite positive positive sign. At LinkJ, our mission is to foster a thriving life science ecosystem. Nearly 900 member organizations, including leading universities, the major pharmaceutical companies, startups, VC funds, are part of this community, which has become the largest and most the dynamic in the life science sector in Japan. And one of our key activities is connecting the life science players from Japan and abroad. Therefore, this event is exactly what we are aiming for. Another important feature of LinkJ is, so we are nonprofit. We don't engage in lobbying or advocacy for any specific industry or companies. This neutrality is our strength, and it enables us to continue supporting the growth of ecosystem in Japan. Last but not least, so after this event, we'll have more important event, which is the networking. I would say, the reception. So please enjoy it. And I hope it will lead to the exciting new collaborations. With that, I'd like to wrap up my brief opening remark. Thank you very much.
So Takashi-san, thank you so much. So now we would like to have the opening remarks from Professor Yoshiaki Tsukamoto, Executive Director of Japan Bioindustry Association. So Tsukamoto-san, please.
Hello, I'm Yoshiaki Tsukamoto. So welcome to Japan. And tomorrow we will start BioJapan. So please join BioJapan. And also, I would like to ask you, have you already tasted ramen? Ramen? Oh, yeah. Good. Anyway, please enjoy Japan. And in this occasion, before I explain about Japanese situation, I would like to say thanks to Link J to give us this honorable opportunity and this occasion. So today I will touch on Japanese bioeconomy strategy. Our organization is Japan Bioindustry Association. Our organization is a kind of lobbying organization to government. And so according to our lobbying, Japan's bioeconomy strategy started in, sorry, it's okay? This doesn't work. Anyway, 2019, please proceed. Anyway, this strategy, according to Japan's bioeconomy strategy, government decided big money to, especially to biofield in last 2 or 3 years. So this is a seat. So historically, Japanese government put big money on biotechnology field. So 2019, this strategy started. So target year is 2030. So and 2024, so strategy was amended, especially this summer. Problem is election. Kishida government put emphasis on bio. Present Prime Minister, who is the Prime Minister? Ishiba, you know well. But after Ishiba, Mr. Ishiba is a Prime Minister. But in the near future, Japanese election will happen. If Liberal Democratic Party keep the measure, it's okay. They will put emphasis on bio. But another opposite party win. What happened? I don't know. Anyway, this is the present situation. And also, next, so we are coordinating Greater Tokyo Bio Community. This is according to bioeconomy strategy. Government put big money on these 8 areas. Especially you are here, Nihonbashi area. Nihonbashi area here. So around Nihonbashi area, almost all pharmaceutical companies headquarters located here. What's here is Tokyo University and New University, Science University located there. And there are 8 universities, 8 areas. So last 3 years, R&D government decided 24 government-funded project. That is 1.6 billion US dollar. Startup support already decided. Government supported 1.4 billion US dollar in 7 years. And the biomanufacturing plant, so especially in Yokohama and other area, so already 1.8 billion US dollar already decided to invest. And also private investment, 5.5 billion US dollar already, private sector already decided. Next, please. This is all about present bioeconomy strategy and Greater Tokyo biocommunity activity. Important things is BioJapan from tomorrow. Next, please. This is the most important matter. You understand? You understand? It's okay. Please remember. Next, please. Second day's night, Thursday. Okay? You need partnering pass, it's okay. Please join this date. So in the evening. So next, please. This is a song list. Please remember, this is the most important message of me. It's okay. Thank you very much for, thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Tsukamoto, and I'm really looking forward to the karaoke night on Thursday. So now we're going to start with the presentation with 11 overseas organizations. So after introducing the activity of their organizations, they're going to introduce startups and the research institute in their respective countries. So now we are on time. So please, again, be mindful of your presentation. So, so the first organization is Biocom California. So please come to the podium.
Thank you. It's on? Okay. Okay, I'll spend the next hour talking about San Diego and my band that I have, my own band. No, just kidding. So we will try to make this quick. And I assume I'm splitting this time with my friend from IQHQ. Okay, so I will definitely speed it up. So I'm going to do it in reverse order. I'm going to talk a little bit about the San Diego Innovation Cluster, and then a little bit about Biocom and how we support that. So, so San Diego, where the BIO, as you folks call it here, the Bio Convention was this past summer, and Tsukamoto-san and his band did play there. I know some of you probably saw it, and you're in for a treat later this week. So San Diego cluster is actually relatively new, started in the 50s and 60s with academia, some research institutions, and is now home to world-class research institutes like the Salk Institute, Scripps, Sanford Burnham, UC San Diego. There's actually 80. We have 80 research institutes in San Diego, more than 1,900 life science companies, some of which are listed here. And if you look at the bigger cluster, I think Tsukamoto-san just said GTB as the greater Tokyo area. We like to look at the clusters as San Diego, Orange County, and Los Angeles, kind of the Southern California mega cluster, is home to 1,200 biotechs, which are outlined here, and about 3,000 life science companies. So again, if you think of Southern California as like Tokyo with the different mini clusters, we've got about 3,000 companies in life science. For comparison's sake, the Bay Area, Northern California is about the same. So Bay Area on itself is about 3,000 life science companies. And these three clusters of LA, Orange County, and San Diego are also about 3,000. So together it's 6,000 life science companies in California, makes it pretty strong. Let's see, how am I doing here with this? Okay, I talked a little bit about the ecosystem of San Diego. What makes it so special? I'm sure we're going to hear a lot about this today, but it's at its core academic excellence, UC San Diego, San Diego State, USD, the 80 research institutes, the talent that comes from those universities, private and public capital flows into the region quite readily. The collaboration is really a differentiator in San Diego, whereas some clusters in the US and probably around the world compete. There is really a true spirit of collaboration in San Diego that's quite unique. We obviously have a very supportive service sector, and we're going to hear from one of our leaders in that field right after me. And then government and elected officials who support growth. The government in California is a little challenging. It's not the most pro-business and pro-science government out there. Some in Japan, Korea, and other countries are more supportive, but they're getting better, and we work a lot with them to do that. So I'll skip over this a little bit because I know we are short on time. I have all this information I can share with people. San Diego has very high levels of NIH funding, which is our main driver of innovation and research funding in the US. And San Diego gets a high proportion of that money, which is key. We have healthy VC, so it's been a little tough this year, but we still have healthy venture capital investment in San Diego and Greater California. And again, the collaboration, which Biocom, who's headquartered in San Diego, we support the entire state, but we really take a part in fostering that collaboration. I do believe that to be a key to the success of the San Diego ecosystem. And again, a service sector and a government. And then briefly about us, we've been around 30 years. At Biocom California, we have over 1,800 member companies, making us the largest life science association in the world by members. Our CEO couldn't be here today, but he's been our CEO for 25 of those 30 years and is a key driver in making us tick here. And just like Link J talked about, one of our key initiatives over the past 12 years has been to build partnerships internationally. So California companies going out into the world and delegations and companies coming into California is a big part of what we do now. And just a quick map, which I don't know if that's showing properly on the screen, but we are headquartered in San Diego. We have offices in the major clusters in California. We actually have an office here at the NF Corporation in Tokyo for Mr. Takahashi-san. I don't know if he's here yet, but and partnerships with Link J, JBA, City of Yokohama, and City of Kobe. So again, we're growing our partnerships internationally. We have members in Japan. Here's a list of them. I know some folks are here today, and we'll be here at JBA from our member companies, and we do appreciate them. We have over 75 incubators in California, and we work with global incubators like iPark is listed here. Obviously, incubation is a major part of cluster building, and there's no shortage of those in California and San Diego. So I think I will spare some time for my friend and leave it there. But thank you for the time, and good luck up here. You got to talk fast.
That's okay. Sorry, there we go. Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Matt Griffin. I'm Senior Vice President of West Coast Leasing and Business Development for IQHQ. We are a life science real estate development company. We buy land and we develop districts and life science districts that are for some of the biggest companies in the United States serving the life science industry. My focus on the company is on the West Coast, so I'm going to limit my comments actually just right quickly to San Diego, showcase one of our core developments that we're building. And if you're at Bio over the next couple of days, please stop by our booth. I've got a lot of information on what we're doing in Boston, what we're doing up in the Bay Area and UK, et cetera. So I'd love to see you there. I guess our map didn't really show up too well. So as I mentioned, we build districts. We don't look at it as we're going to build a single building in a given area or a given geography. We want to do something of scale. We don't build up to 100,000 feet. We build 1 million, 1.5 million, things like that. And the core differentiators there beyond that scale is access to transportation and really access to the STEM workforce. And we look for areas that's key. And then lastly is our amenities. I think it's never been more important to provide amenities for the employees in our buildings. And so we've got an incredible amenity base that we offer at most of our projects. Here's a quick snapshot of some of the districts that we have. We've got 10 of them. We can build over 10 million square feet over the next several years. We're currently only building around 5 of these right now. Oh, thank you. Sorry about that. Is that better? And so we're going to talk quickly about what we're doing in San Diego. I had a whole bunch of things on why San Diego, but Rick was kind enough to cover those, so we'll skip through them. And this brings us to downtown San Diego. So what you're looking at is our research and development district, or RAD as we lovingly call it. There's nothing like this really in the United States right now. That's an aerial, that's not a rendering. This exists today. We're actively leasing this project. And to give you just a quick sense of the stats and the scale of this, it's over 10 acres. It's a 1.7 million square feet. 1.4 of that is lab space right now. It's also has its own parks, as well as covering over 6 blocks. Mentioned earlier, as far as like what we want it to be, somewhere with solid location. This is 8 minutes from the airport. It's got all major access to all of the freeway systems in San Diego, and more importantly is the trolley, which is our public transit system. And public transit's really something that's very young in San Diego. It's not like Japan by any stretch. The red line you see around the dotted line, that's our trolley system, and what that means is that's access to 87 different bedroom communities throughout San Diego. It's a 20-minute ride from UCSD down to our project. So it's got incredible access not only for employees, But if you look at the STEM occupants map there, you can see how many people are down there and what it provides for access. It's also access to housing. I mean, you can bike to 330,000 homes from this location. You can walk to 11,000 homes within 3/4 of a mile. So it's an incredible spot if that's important to your groups. And then just to kind of break down the project a little bit, 5 buildings. You'll see Rise on the upper left there. That's 770,000 feet. Vita 415 and Core. Those are our 3 purpose-built lab buildings. Core in the middle of the project. That's our ecosystem building. That's where we're going to have an incubator. That's where we'll have pre-built suites for startups. We can also replicate those pre-built suites throughout the project as well. And then our alley building and our edge building are more retail, office, and also our conferencing facility. This just gives you a sense of the scale of it, and also just we've got a great, am I done? Getting cut off short. Well, like I said, please come by our booth and we can talk about it more. But thank you very much.
Right, thank you so much, Biocom California. So we are traveling to the north. The next speaker is Embassy of Canada to Japan.
So hello everyone. Thank you very much for providing a valuable opportunity to speak here. My name is Mari Kawajiri. I'm the Trade Commissioner working at the Embassy of Canada, covering the life science sector. And our trade section focuses on fostering business relationship, fostering business relationship between Japan and Canada. And we do support Canadian companies entering Japanese markets. And as for upcoming BioJapan, we are supporting a business mission from Deep Tech Canada. It's an organization that supports accelerating the life science industry in Canada. And we're happy to introduce our participants for the BioJapan mission later. So I'll just go quick. So to briefly highlight the vibrant feature of Canada, pharmaceuticals, biotech, medical device, and R&D are the 4 growing sectors, and Canada has highly skilled workforce. And we also have a strength in multiple sectors, from clinical trials to emerging technologies like AI and machine learning and medical devices. And Canada is home to several life science hubs, including Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton, fostering the strong science ecosystem with the numerous research centers. And BioJapan starts tomorrow, and we will have a Deep Tech Canada pavilion, as well as Quebec government's pavilion on site. So we'd like to meet with you tomorrow at our booth. And also we're having a luncheon seminar tomorrow from starting noon, inviting the investment champion speaker, Ms. Aileen Mahon, a partner at Tories. And to present on the key to expand life sciences in Canada, and explaining about the pharmaceutical regulations. So thank you, and I would like to pass the baton to Deep Tech Canada, Janice. Thank you.
My name is Janice Workington. I am the Executive Director of Deep Tech Canada. We are a Canadian nonprofit association, membership driven. So we have members from across Canada, and we lead delegations like this to various trade missions and events and activities across the globe. Japan is one of our major partners. We've come many times over the last 10 years, and we're excited to be here for the first time at BioJapan. I'll go quickly through my slides because we have a lot of interesting companies that I'll give my time over to gladly. A few things on here of what we do. I think the 4th global market penetration is key to this group and what we do, bringing trade delegations abroad and really make it easy for the startups to come and network, working with the provincial offices as well as the Canadian Embassy in partnering to help support them. Mari gave a quick overview of the Canadian landscape from the deep tech approach. There's a lot happening across the country, a lot of good ecosystem ripe and ready to help partners scale up and grow. I'll go quickly. There's challenges, of course, and so addressing and understanding what those are important. Integration is a challenge into the public healthcare system. There's also a lot of opportunities across the country right now. Canada's rich in talent, and innovation ecosystem is really strong across the country. There's some numbers here. I'll go quickly through them. Canada is ranked 4th globally in AI research, top 10 for biotech innovation, a lot invested in health and biotech startups. The federal government is committed to investing in through various funds like the Strategic Innovation Fund, and Canada has 10% of the world's top tier AI researchers. We also rank 10th globally for biotechnology patents. More than 75% of Canada's AI health innovations are developed through international collaborations, which is important. I'll come visit us tomorrow, and you'll get to meet our members and our partners, and we'll see you there. Thank you.
Well, first of all, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming today. It's a really pleasure to be able to speak with you today. My name is Trung Ta. I'm the VP for Commercialization and Partnership at a company called API. We're based in Alberta. And one of the pain points that we're trying to resolve within our ecosystem is really taking the translation of ideas and how do you turn it into product that hits the marketplace, and then as a result can lead to economic development for the region and for the province and the country as well. So our goal is really to accelerate life sciences development and commercialization. And so API, what our core business is really to provide R&D, clinical and regulatory services, particularly targeted towards small startup companies and academics who want to take the idea and go through the process of developing it, testing it, and having it available for commercialization. And so we focus on the pharmaceutical space, but also on the medical technology space as well. Our second sort of pillar of services offering is we have 4 facilities that we operate to incubate companies, and we also support them with business development as well. So it's not just about the science, but it's also about the business, the connections, meeting with potential funders and investors and so forth. The third area that we're also focusing on is particularly on the pharmaceutical side is having the facility to produce clinical trial materials, having the facility to produce commercial material in the future. We are building up a new facility right now, 83,000 square foot for sterile injectables. It's meant for critical medicine production, but also be in place to help Canada with our pandemic readiness as a country. And then the fourth item is because we operate as a non-for-profit, we also provide training opportunities for postdoctoral fellows, students, and entrepreneurs within the life sciences sector within Alberta and across Canada. So I'm not going to go through this, but this is just highlights all of the technical expertise that we have in-house, from drug discovery to molecular modeling to drug design, to the testing in the lab, then testing it in humans, validating it, and then supporting those organizations as they go through business development, because they need to raise money, for example, they need to meet with potential partners, and we help them with that. So basically a one-stop shop, key turnkey experience as they work with us. And so we also help them, as I mentioned before, in terms of business development, and love to have conversation with you in more detail when we have more time. But these are the assets that our clients ask us to help represent. So we have assets that are in oncology, assets that are in neuroscience, particularly on Alzheimer's disease. We have an asset that's we believe is world-class in terms of inflammatory disease driven, and it's called a RIP2K. It's preclinical right now. We're working on a phase 1 for hepatitis C vaccine, both protein and siRNA. And we also do work with a bunch of companies that are developing medtech. One in particular is related to a new class of CT and MRI imaging agents. So if you're interested in meeting me and learning a little bit more about those opportunities, please let me know. Like, they are really, truly world-class. We operate with a number of licenses, and we support companies who want to access the North American market. And then I'll just finalize this with the executive team of our organization. A lot of people experienced in industry, and our chief scientific officer is the 2020 Nobel Prize laureate, Sir Michael Houghton. He would love to a chance to work with some of the companies here and across the world as well. So with that, I want to thank you for your time and pass it over to Priya.
Hi there. I'm Dr. Dilpriya Mangit. I'm an active practicing dual specialist in geriatric medicine and internal medicine. I'm also a clinical professor at the University of Calgary. In addition, I'm Chief Longevity Officer for our company, BioAero Inc. So we are a biotechnology company, and we have revolutionized how to do personalized healthcare. The foundation of our mission and our vision, and I'm trying to leave time for my entire team here, is that we have developed a software solution to do real-time genomic analysis, so whole genome sequencing, exome sequencing, proteomics, metabolomics, all within 7 hours, whereas most companies take up to weeks or months to deliver the same product. In addition to the software solution, we are able to do advanced testing, including an early cancer detection. Back one. But we also have, our very own intervention. So not only do we test genomes, but we also deliver an intervention to our patients, our healthcare facilities, and pharmaceutical companies that work with us. We have our own clinic called Biongevity, a longevity clinic in Dubai, launched in Dubai, and we have a global expansion plan. Second clinic will be opening in Calgary. We also offer virtual care programs such as BioGut, BioMind, soon to be coming BioFall, and up in its way, Biosport. So the foundation of these are genomic, and then we have AI-driven powered tools. I would love for you guys to come to our booth at Deep Tech Canada and speak to me more personally about what our products are and how we are able to deliver them. But for now, I don't have full time to go into all the details of what we're doing, but the foundation of our company is that it is founded by doctors. We are active practicing physicians who have built solutions for what our patients, the healthcare institutions we work at, would actually want to use. With that, thank you.
So we got a minute and a half. My name is Amr Abid, founder of Polyanalytic. Oh yes, we need a mic. I'm usually too loud. People never want me with the mic. Hello, is this better? Okay. Amr Abid, founder of Polyanalytic. We're a contract research organization. We are set up in 4 different countries with our head office in Canada. We have an office in Turkey, Dubai, and Switzerland. 90% of our business is actually outside of Canada. So we do a lot of work with companies in India, in Japan, China, and Europe. We are GLP certified to do all of the molecular testing for all of these industries. And I'll tell you a little bit about the pharmaceutical industry that we work with. But we do all the lot release, biocompatibility testing, pharmacokinetics, all the in vivo, in vitro. We have a number of patents regarding the extraction and the testing in animals. So we do the full paperwork and documents and lab experiments that end up going to the US FDA and Health Canada. What separates us aside is not all the analytical capabilities. We focus on the chromatography, which enables us to get 200 times more sensitivity. And we do utilize a lot of Japanese technology like TOSO. We focus on the molecular testing in a wide range of applications, including purification. These are some of the companies we work with in the pharmaceutical industry. So anything from medical device like a stent, all the way to therapeutics, micelles, cancer treatments, and so on. As we know, polymers are everywhere in our body. So we have to test how good and how effective are they coming out of our system. So the US FDA, for example, looks at once you inject this in a mouse, how long does it take before it comes out of the system? Because even though the therapeutic may be treating you, it may be doing a lot of damage to the kidneys and liver. And that's why we end up with hearing a lot about kidney failures, liver failures. So we do a lot of that testing day by day. And we're the only company that have patented this that enables us to actually look at very minute changes in the degradation profile of these polymers and therapeutics. We do a lot of work on generic drugs and looking how relative they are to the approved ones. Again, a lot of the testing we have seen, they do formulation analysis. We don't just do formulation, we do structural analysis. So we want to make sure that the structure of the molecule is exactly how it should be, otherwise it will not work. Just like a chair with 4 legs. If one of those legs is on the side, that chair will not work. Same thing with the drug. So we do the full structural analysis, and that's really what sets us aside. Without going through a lot of technicality, these are we do a lot of those FDA. A lot of our work goes into the FDA. With that, we wanted to. We look forward to working with you. We will be at the booth to take you through hundreds or thousands of applications that may be more relevant to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm Dalen Breen. I'm the Alberta government's representative, the province of Alberta in Canada. Just a quick note about all of the companies that you've just seen presented a moment ago. There's all sorts of interesting things going on in Alberta. In particular, the Alberta ecosystem, strong research institutions, in particular, province-wide electronic health records that are available, innovation hubs that are supporting AI and biotechnology. The world is noticing investment in Alberta, 200% growth over the last 10 years in biotech and research and development, including medical device manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, and in particular, digital healthcare. We also have the strategic resources, business-friendly province. We have the lowest corporate tax rate in Canada, access to talent, and a collaborative environment for scaling your business. I'm not going to take any more of your time, but I just wanted to point out there are 2 other people from Alberta in the investment and trade perspective. Suzuki-san, maybe you could wave, and Greg from Invest Alberta Corporation. And there are direct flights from Narita to Calgary in Alberta through WestJet year-round. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you so much, Embassy of Canada to Japan. So our next speaker is from France, la Chambre de commerce et d'industrie française du Japon.
Okay, so I'm waiting for the slides. This is working? Yeah, okay. So anyway, my name is François. So I'm the co-founder of Hello Tomorrow in Japan. So actually, I'm not coming from France. I'm French, but I'm living in Tokyo. And my office is just a building next to this one. So Hello Tomorrow is a French organization, that's true, that we created 15 years ago. It's the first network you have. Sorry, this is not working again. Yes, okay. Okay, so we built over these 15 years, so we are focusing on deep tech. So everybody is talking about deep tech now, but it's true that probably we are the very first organization to do this. It was created by mostly science entrepreneurs, and so we are helping science entrepreneurs everywhere in the world. We still have a strong focus on Europe, of course, because we started in France, but all over Europe, we partnered with a lot of universities of deep tech incubators, and so we gathered a lot of, I would say, VCs and CVCs across all the industries. So it's not only life science, but life science with also health tech, med tech, and some materials. It's quite important. It's almost 1/3 of our network. So what we do a few events to help connect people, but we have also a consulting activity where we help mostly large corporations or investors to really look forward in the future, because again, we are focusing on very early stage deep tech startups. In Japan, so we started 7 years ago, and so we are very happy to help because we help on both sides. We also help the Japanese deep tech ecosystem to be a little bit more international, so by connecting them with our community worldwide. And as we have very limited time, I just wanted to mention 2 events we do. So one in Tokyo, it's in December 6th. So if all of you have interesting contacts at BioJapan in the coming days, so maybe there is an opportunity for you to come back and see in person some of your colleagues, some of your potential partners in Japan. So we will cover, it's not a big event, okay? We target about 200 people. It's really hands-on, trying to help the startups really connect with people that can help them. And so we will cover different kinds of topics. And one big topic related with health will be around climate change and how it affects health. And for the guys that are coming to Europe, the big conference we have for Hello Tomorrow with 3,000 people and 1/3 roughly around health is in Paris. It will be in March next year. And just to conclude this, I would say, so today I'm here also as French, and Hello Tomorrow is present in French. So we are very happy to have some of the best clusters in life science in France with Genopole and a few startups.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jean-Dominique. So I'm Laurence Lacroix-Rio. I'm Business Development Director at Genopole. Genopole is the first French biocluster, so based in the south of Paris. Thank you. Okay, we are good. So we are very close from Paris, and if you come to participate to Hello Tomorrow Summit, it's a very important event, and you can come visit us. We can introduce you to some partners, startup, researcher at Genopole. So welcome if you want to come in March. Genopole, it's a huge biocluster. We have a large ecosystem. Okay. We have 5 campuses dedicated to biotechnologies. We support 66 companies, very small and more mature companies. We have also academic research laboratories, access to talent pool with students. We have a very important hospital, and you have access to all the Paris region hospital network. We also have a lot of technological equipment. What else? Here's some example of academic researcher, very famous in the world. For example, in stem cell sequencing, rare disease, we have a very good expertise. What else? Yes, we invest a lot in equipment. So when a company comes to Genopole, she can do a lot of research and she doesn't need to invest a lot in equipment. What else? What else? Okay, so we have a lot of company in the field of health, in gene and cell therapy, but also in biomanufacturing. As you can see, we have Illumina, for example, or other startup. 2 other startups are here, and you will listen just after. At Genopole, we have 2 fields, the health and the bioeconomy. We have also a lot of biotech applied to food tech, green tech, and ag tech. Also, it's good for us to discuss with Japan and particularly with the GBA, because we have a lot of potential collaboration. What else? It's all, yes. Just a last word, we support a project, a company from only an idea. We have incubator and accelerator program, but also we support more mature company. We have reserve of land, and you can industrialize or realize a biomanufacturing plants at Genopole near Paris. We have an important ecosystem of large group, investor, so we can open the European market just here. So thank you very much. We have also a lot of events. If you come to Paris in March for the Hello Tomorrow event, please visit us. And now we have two amazing startups based at Genopol. The first one is Abolis. My name, if you want to contact me. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So I will take this couple of minutes to talk about Abolis. So we're a French-based biotech company. We were established 10 years ago, and we are close to 60 people right now. And when we talk about biotech, we talk a lot about pharma, but this is not the only industry that you can impact using biotechnologies. So basically what we try to do at Abolis is we try to bring back biology at the heart of the industries and not using just chemistry. So we use sustainable carbon sources, and it's a good way also to secure supply chains. It was after the COVID period, obviously it was a big demand from many industries. And we try to make, it's not just to change the process and the way the products are made, but it's also a way to make innovations and to build safer products. So at Abolis, what we try to do is we try to, I guess that we do better than trying, but we deliver high impact innovation in biotech for the cosmetic, the pharma, the food, and the fine chemical industries. So we support companies in that transformation towards sustainable production models. Instead of using the classic oil-based feedstock, we use renewable feedstock that could be waste, it could be sugars, it could be also oil, so I mean vegetable oils, obviously. So there is many things that you can use as feedstock to produce what you are looking for. So at Abolis, we've got two business units. One is dedicated to biomanufacturing. It means that we design, we build, and we modify a microorganism to make small molecules or proteins. So it could be yeast, bacteria, depending on the project. And we go up to the 20 liter, meaning that we develop also the scale-up ready bioprocess. And the other business unit is dedicated to the microbiome. So it's called Microbiome Studio. And in that case, we decipher the microbiome. So I will try to go a little bit into some details. So for the biomanufacturing, you know that perfectly because you are, all of you or most of you are working in the life science field, but you use feedstock that could be very different. Then in one place with fermentation and DSP, downstream process, you can have all the supply chain that is concentrated. And then you can deliver different industries. Cosmetic, they are looking for bio-based compounds. So it's one of our main industries as clients. Nutrition, the food ingredients, there is many food ingredients that you can do using biotech, healthcare, obviously, and specialty chemicals. So what we do is that we modify yeast. This is our workhorse. We do also bacteria, depending on the projects and the technology and the different platforms that we have. With that, we are able to modify the metabolic pathway, but not just a couple of enzymes. We're able to modify long pathways up to 40, even more different genes that we can modify inside the yeast to be able to produce the targeted molecule or the protein, depending on what you are looking for. And regarding Microbiome Studio, so you've got many systems that are able to make, I mean, to count different species, but what we try to do is to build the metabolic map of the ecosystem by itself, meaning that we try to, I mean, we are building the software and the first version will be out at the end of this year. We do some kind of Google map of the metabolic pathway of the ecosystem by itself, so that when you know how the ecosystem is working, you know where to act, you know which species you can remove, or if you need to add another one to have an impact on the ecosystem by itself. So there is many industries that you can address with microbiome. The food industry, obviously, I mean, we are French, so we start with cheese company and wine companies. Now we are moving to healthcare and agriculture, but the dermocosmetic is very demanding also for deciphering the microbiome. And those are some differentiating factors that we may have. So we are industry oriented, meaning that we think at the very beginning of the project the output, meaning that it has to have an industrial application, otherwise you will have no impact on the climate and on the economy. And we try also to have a global approach as an innovation provider. We will not try to put one single solution. So it could be GMOs, it could be natural microorganism, it could be microbial ecosystems. So the idea is really to rely on microbes in general and to find the best solution to address the problem. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So good evening. So I am Irina Gbalou, founder and CEO of Ispiran Biotechnologies. So we are a very young startup dedicated to deliver solutions or tech solution to the biopharma industry to help them to accelerate their biologics manufacturing. So our first product is then a cutting edge bioreactor technologies. Yes, so with this bioreactor, the biopharma actor can have the possibility to produce different type of biotherapeutics like viral vector in the gene therapy, antibodies, CAR T cell, or recombinant proteins. So we came to the conclusion that even today, producing biotherapeutics are still tedious and are less affordable for the patient. And the first target that we want to tackle is the bottleneck for gene therapy manufacturing. So we have conceived a bioreactor, an advanced bioreactors that is enough compact to be used during R&D, but also to have a seamless transition to be used for GMP, so larger scale production. So why our bioreactors is better than the other bioreactors is that we are convinced that by intensifying the process and especially by automating this the different step, we can really gain in terms of productivity, in terms of scalability, and of course we also have an AI powered that help us to monitor the different steps and especially to really control the transfection efficiency. In parallel of this tech solution, we are also developing cell lines that are highly stable and totally fitting the process that we're developing inside these bioreactors. So we are here in Japan, so with Genopol, especially to seek for a strategic partner to accompany us to start the prototyping of this bioreactor, and of course to explore the Asian market. So thank you for your attention.
Right, thank you so much. So our next speaker is MedCity from London.
Thank you. Minasan konnichiwa. Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Rick Patel. I am the Senior Trade Manager for Life Sciences of Grow London Global, which is linked to London Partners in MedCity. Now, we have come all the way from London with a delegation of companies, very exciting startup companies, scale-up companies that cover many different aspects of healthcare and life sciences. So I would just quickly give you some information about our program. I should also add that I'm also the guitarist, one of the guitarists at the World Band as well. It's a part-time role. So some statistics about the Grow London Global Program. It's our flagship international trade accelerator that's funded by the Mayor of London. And we support up to 300 companies over the course of a year. This covers 5 sectors, life sciences being one, but we've also got sustainability, which covers green tech and clean tech. Then we have financial technologies, we've got enterprise technologies, and we have the creative sector as well. So as you can see from some of the statistics on the screen, we've supported around 1,400 companies to date. We have helped create over 6,000 jobs. And also we've looked to derive about £6.5 billion of investment to the companies that we've supported, which equates to about 1.2 trillion yen. So of the cohorts, we've got currently 59 companies on our life science cohorts, and these cover the sectors or the subsectors within healthcare and life sciences you can see below. So on that front, the delegation of companies that we have here, we have nine of the 10 companies present here in the room who I'm just going to invite up to speak. Unfortunately, Dr. Nick Sharma from BioCortex was unable to join due to a last-minute emergency. So I'm just going to quickly say a word about BioCortex, but just before I do, I'm joined by my colleague Daisy Sassoon just here. So if you have any questions about our program or any of the other companies, please find us and we can give you some more information. But without further ado, so Dr. Nick Sharma of BioCortex, they are a tech bio company, and they have ambitions of transitioning the mainstream pharmaceutical industry to a new era where the interaction between bacteria and pharmaceuticals unlocks more and effective therapeutics. While immuno-oncology is the beachhead, BioCortex will tackle several areas, improving the 4% success rates and reducing the $244 billion spent. Now, I'd like to pass on to the next speaker is Ryan Protzko from Cadence Bio.
Thanks, Rick. Hi, my name is Ryan Protzko, co-founder and president at Cadence Bio. We're a UK-based small molecule therapeutics company focusing on urology and CNS. Our lead program is for treatment of premature ejaculation, which is a very common disorder that affects up to 20% of men, and there's no FDA-approved product available to date. The lead asset is CAGE-001. It is a small molecule that is very specific at serotonin transporter as well as phosphodiesterase 4. And it's being developed and formulated as a small tablet that can be placed under the tongue 15 minutes before intercourse to give men better control over their time to climax. The development stage of the asset, we've completed all of our phase 1 enabling toxicology, opened an IND with the FDA, and we have completed our dosing of the SAD and MAD sections of the phase 1 in the UK with the MHRA. And we are planning a proof of concept trial in Australia next year. We see a very large blockbuster market for this, modeled off of products like Viagra, and increasing awareness about this problem through things like telehealth, and this drive towards lifestyle disorders with drugs like GLP-1s. Our request, we are doing a fundraising round that we expect to complete through November of this year, ahead of our phase 2, when we unblind all of our phase 1 data. And we're very interested in the Japanese and Asian markets, given the prevalence of this disorder here. And I think I'll leave it at that. So please reach out, and I'm happy to answer any other questions during the networking session.
Hi, I'm Wadah Malab. I'm the founder and CEO of DLOC Biosystems. DLOC is a company that offers preclinical drug testing services to pharma companies using organ-on-chip devices. So the problem that we are solving is that it takes today $2.6 billion and 12 years to develop one drug, because 90% of the drugs fail at the late and expensive clinical trial stages. And the reason is that the preclinical results do not determine the clinical failures. So to solve this problem, we are developing more accurate preclinical models to be able to test drugs and better determine those failures. And also we can use it for precision and personalized medicine. So to solve this problem, we invented those chips, which is like small microfluidic chips, where we can insert cells. Cells could attach to scaffolding systems that we invented that are porous, that are 3D shaped. And we can co-culture multiple cell types together within small compartments, and we can feed them in a specific way to model the microorgans, microenvironment in a more accurate way that looks like the human body. And we also invented another device called the Human on-Chip Operating System, which is a big device that can connect multiple chips together, modeling each chip, like having a specific organ model, like kidney, liver, heart, brain, and so on. and we can model the human body fluid dynamics and circulatory system and immune systems inside of that chip. And we also integrated AI to be able to control and optimize the tissue culture and the predictions on the operating system. To date, we raised more than £2 million that we used to patent our technology worldwide, including Japan. And we developed our manufacturing facilities and biological labs, and we increased our headcount to 25 people. And we are currently raising funding and also looking for partnerships for our technology. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Pahini, CEO and founder of Panakia Technologies, and we are using AI to solve the challenge of missing data in biology to accelerate drug development and precision medicine. Missing data is a big problem in biology, and that's because lab tests use up tissue, which is an extremely limited resource, and has additional problems of variable sample quality, also needing specialized infrastructure and storage for testing these tissues. So to solve these challenges, we've developed a software platform that can take in simple, routinely used bright field pictures of cells and tissues, analyze the shape features, and provide complete molecular profiles entirely digitally. We can do this in minutes without needing lab tests. The platform works on more than 4 different types of omic markers across 32 solid cancers and has been leveraged to develop 2 clinical products for colon and breast cancers, which have regulatory approvals in the UK and European markets. The underlying technology uses AI foundation models that have been trained on population scale data sets, incorporating proprietary know-how on how biology drives different shapes of cancer cells and tissues. This platform can then be fine-tuned for a range of different applications, from drug discovery to clinical decision-making, and the company has several ISO certifications and offers the solution in an integrated manner. Our clinical products are already deployed within the NHS, and the platform is being used for patient screening in clinical trials across Northern America and Asian markets. Today, we are looking to partner with oncology-focused research organizations, biopharma, data providers, channel partners, and investors to support our Asian market entry and expansion. So come talk to us.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for having me here today. My name is Dara Henry. I'm Chief Operating Officer at Procarium, which is a UK-based immuno-oncology company focusing on the development of next-generation bacterial immunotherapies, leveraging cutting-edge synthetic biology with AI-enabled discovery. This is a new class of immunotherapy that has been designed to deliver a broad and durable immune response to treat a wide variety of solid tumor cancers. Our lead program is currently in a phase 1 US study as a monotherapy to treat non-muscle invasive bladder cancer, which is one of the hottest areas within oncology right now. Our Living Cures platform allows the creation of off-the-shelf programmable therapeutics that enable the targeted delivery of therapeutic cargo, be it proteins or RNA, directly at the site of the tumor. And we have a very robust IP portfolio that's been designed to facilitate transactions and partnerships. I'm here today looking to speak with Japanese life science companies and investors looking for regional licensing and partnerships for our lead clinical program, R&D collaborations for our platform, and equity investment into the company. Thank you for your time and attention.
Hi, everyone. I'm Neil. I'm CEO and a co-founder of Zio Health, and we've developed a point-of-care blood testing technology. One of the niche aspects of our technology is that we can bind directly to medications. So we are able to measure the pharmacokinetically active form of the drug. And so we developed a therapeutic drug monitoring device to measure medication concentration levels in blood and an individualized dosing to improve drug treatment outcomes. We've been clinically validated at Johns Hopkins in the US and using a diagnostics accuracy study. And we are now in the FDA clearance process. We are also in research use for research with pharma and university institutes and hospital systems to improve dosing guidelines. So the way it works is it's a handheld device. You put a few drops of blood onto the cartridge. The cartridge is inserted into the device and the results are displayed. As I said, we measure the medication concentration levels as well as biomarkers. And the list below are some of the tests we've already developed. So we've developed tests in collaborations with for chemotherapy medications such as doxorubicin, as well as antibiotics such as vancomycin or tobramycin. We have patented the technology. We have granted patents as well as patents pending. One of the key advantages to our technology is that we do not require microfluidics in the cartridges themselves. So we have a relatively simple technology when it comes to manufacturing, and that keeps the cost low. And it also allows us to develop new tests in around 3 months. So we're here looking for collaborations for, R&D collaborations to increase our test range, as well as investment. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Omar Hassan from Oxford Brain Diagnostics. We have a clinical biomarker referred to as cortical disarray measurement, or CDM for short. This is a scalable, non-invasive biomarker that measures neurodegeneration precisely, early for Alzheimer's patients. We have breakthrough device designation by the FDA back in 2019, and we have a 510K pending submission. What makes CDM rather unique is that it only measures the columnar architecture of the gray matter. What makes it even more unique is that the technology leverages existing MRI infrastructure. Our goal is to establish the new gold standard of care in dementia diagnosis, because we believe that neurodegeneration is the constant in Alzheimer's complexity. I'm here over the next few days at BioJapan to encourage as much collaborations with pharma as well as hospitals in Japan. And we're encouraging VC funds here in Japan. We're at the stage now coming up to 2025 where we will be asking for Series A requirement of about £15 million, and that's hopefully going to fuel our clinical expansion globally. And we have a very active clinical research project here at Niigata Hospital with Dr. Takashi Nakajima. Thank you very much for your time.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emilia, CEO and co-founder of Themia. Hajimemashite. Mental health is a massive global issue. You probably don't really need me to tell you that. It affects over 1 billion people annually, and yet it can take over a decade to find the right diagnosis and treatment for someone. This is because of a lack of objective measurement tools. Themia is here to change this. We are creating the equivalent of a blood pressure cuff for your mind. We have developed the world's first digital mental health biomarkers that analyze speech patterns, facial expressions, and behavioral data. We gather these via specially designed video games that you can actually play on your phone from home. We have 2 flagship products. Apollo is our clinical tool. It gives clinical grade objective assessments of depression, anxiety, ADHD, and PTSD. But that's not really the interesting part. The best thing is that we actually quantify all of the core symptoms of those conditions according to the DSM-5. Everything from fatigue, mood, working memory, concentration, anhedonia, and more. Helios is our well-being product. It takes just 30 seconds of speech, and it can quantify accurately your levels of burnout, tiredness, and stress. You typically associate this with Fitbit, Oura Ring, etc. We are way more accurate than any of those and a lot more accessible. We have over 250 scientific publications. We've won global awards, and we are trusted globally by clinics and pharma giants, including Bayer and the UCB. We're also expanding to schizophrenia, bipolar, fibromyalgia, and diabetes in the next year. We're here seeking partnerships across Japan and Southeast Asia in pharma, healthcare, and also safety critical industries, including automotive, mining, and automation. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Marta, and I'm a co-founder of Salient Bio. So at Salient, we use microbiome metagenomics and machine learning to build the next generation of clinical grade diagnostics for difficult to diagnose conditions. Not sure where to point this. Okay, so just if we're, oops, sorry about that. Just as an overview of our company, we have a fully kitted lab in central London. So we specialize in microbiome analysis of all sorts. We also have a pathology lab and can do all sorts of conventional diagnostics, as well as having full access to a bioinformatics and machine learning team. So using all of these capabilities, we put together testing kits for mostly for microbiome plus pathology types of tests. So we've built gut microbiome, vaginal microbiome, oral microbiome tests. And I've brought a kit if anybody wants to see, come see me afterwards. So this is our first generation of kits. What's really exciting about our second generation of kits is we are building beyond what's currently available in microbiome testing. We're moving to clinical grade diagnostics in microbiome. So to do this, we've built Signal, which is a diagnostic test development platform. Basically, you can put in any type of microbiome data into our platform, and we'll be able to find a unique biomarker signature for specific conditions. So what is Signal? It has 5 components. One, we need clinical patient data. We have proprietary wet lab processes that we've worked out over the past year. So this is really important because, as everyone knows, does any machine learning, it's basically garbage in, garbage out. So you need very, very high quality data. We've also built proprietary bioinformatic pipelines, and we have fairly high quality databases to analyze our metagenomic data. And then on top of all that, we've put on our machine learning platform to be able to take all of this data and produce a microbiome-based diagnostic signature. So we're very happy to report that our proof of concept works. So we have been able to build a diagnostic signature for Crohn's and colitis, which has a 95% accuracy. That's quite a lot higher than the current standard of care. It's also much faster, less invasive, and a lot cheaper. So I know you're not allowed to take photos, but please look at the QR code, contact me if you want to talk about any of the stuff I've just said, and hopefully see you afterwards.
Good evening. My name is Katerina Spranga, and I'm the founder and CEO of Oxford Heartbeat, where we are on a mission to take the guesswork out of surgery. We come out of the University of Oxford Department of Biomedical Engineering, where I did my doctorate in minimal invasive surgery. And then with the support of the Royal Academy of Engineering of the UK, Oxford Heartbeat was born. And we focus on cardiovascular diseases, which are the largest cause of death globally. And currently, common cardiovascular conditions are treated minimally invasively by placing a small implant called stent inside the blood vessels of patients to, for example, open up the blood vessel in case of blockage, or to support it to prevent it from rupturing, for example, causing stroke. For these minimal invasive surgeries, it's extremely important to choose the right implant for every patient, because even a fracture of millimeter error in the device size can lead to devastating complications. At Oxford Heartbeat, we developed Precise Neurovascular, AI-powered decision support medical device software. Precise shows surgeons what implant is best for what patient. In the virtual environment of the software, clinicians can try out different devices at no risk, unlimited times on the anatomies of patient and choose the best one. They go into the surgery more prepared and perform it more efficiently. So Precise has excellent accuracy of over 96% in predicting the fitting of these devices in patient anatomies. Also, we've just finished a multi-center clinical trial post-market across 9 hospitals in the UK with 25 surgeons, and we see excellent result. We see that Precise improves the precision of surgeries, increases the efficiency of surgeries, reduces the unnecessary metal inserted inside the human body, and also reduces waste of expensive devices. We are already on the market in Europe. Precise is CE marked and ISO 13485 certified. We are also on the road to FDA approval. So far, to date, it has successfully supported over 800 surgeries across 14 countries in Europe, and we are ready to bring it to Japan. We are looking for collaborators and partners, hospitals and device manufacturers to help us bring it to patients in Japan. Thank you very much for your attention. And over to Rick for closing remarks.
Thank you to the delegates. Just to present through that. Katerina's last slide. There we go. So just very quickly, here's a QR code if you'd like to, I know no photos, but if you'd like to scan that.
You're allowed to take a photo for this one.
This has the delegation overview of all the companies that have just presented, plus obviously BioCortex, who are unable to be here for today. But Nick should hopefully be joining towards the end of BioJapan. Just to note, we will be at stand D52 at BioJapan. Please come by, see us. MedCity team will also be there. They've also got University College London, as well as Imperial College London Cancer Research UK, the Institute of Cancer Research, and Richmond Pharmacology all in attendance. So please come along. We also have just announced London Life Sciences Week, which is taking place in November this year to celebrate all of the advances in London's life science ecosystem and bring the world to London. So please do come chat to us about that, and we look forward to seeing you in London. Take care. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, MedCity and the London partners. So our next speaker is Ontario, Canada. Please.
Can someone bring the slide up? This is the slide.
Yeah, before we begin, I'd like to thank Link J and also the embassy to allow Ontario to have a session to speak on our own instead of actually joining them. So my name is Stephen. I'm with the Ministry of Ontario Ministry of Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade. And from Canada, of course, I'm based in Toronto. And I'm very pleased to introduce 6 companies from our delegation to Medical Japan, but next year we'll be joining BioJapan. And they will be doing the presentation themselves. So I'd like to give you a little bit deep dive on the Ontario life science sector. Ontario is Canada's largest life science hub, accounting for over half of the Canada activities in life sciences. Ontario province also boosts a dynamic life science ecosystem across cities like Toronto, Ottawa, Hamilton, London, Mississauga, and Waterloo. And we have over 1,700 life science companies in the province. And Ontario Life Science innovations include discovery of insulin in 1921, and also the first heart pacemaker, and also the first electric wheelchair, and also the first lung transplant in the world, and also a lot of developments in genomics and cancer therapy, advanced imaging technology, and also artificial intelligence in drug discovery and development. And Ontario, we have Ontario, we have an ecosystem of research institutes and also hospitals, and to align with the development of major top life science companies in 5 areas: oncology, regenerative medicine, diagnostic imaging, neurosciences, and artificial intelligence. For Ontario, for life science sector, we have 2 subsectors. The first one is pharma and bio, and it accounts for almost like 53.6 billion revenue with $9.8 billion for export. And the sector employs 32,000 people. And the next subsector is medtech, which employs 31,000 people and generates 22.3 billion revenue and 2.7 billion in export. And here are some major partnerships actually made in the past few months. And there was a $2.4 billion deal between Fusion Pharmaceuticals, which was a startup company from McMaster University, with the partnership was done with AstraZeneca. And Ontario has 23 research, academic research hospitals, and we're doing over 3,500 active clinical trials, and most focused on cancer treatment. And the next I will have GT Health, Alan.
Good afternoon, and thank you for allowing us time to speak. My name is Alan Ruth, and I'm with GRT Health. And we're probably a bit different from the typical presentations this afternoon. We're dealing with probably one of the biggest issues facing the healthcare system today, which is the exponential growth in demand on it, resulting from a rapidly aging population. And I would argue that the traditional response to seniors and the way in which the healthcare system addresses their requirements really grows out of the acute care sector. A high reliance on institutional care, a high reliance on highly trained clinical professionals who are both costly and increasingly scarce. What GRT Health does is provide an alternative way in which to address the needs of the elderly. We provide a remote care monitoring, and our mission is to remove barriers that would prevent seniors from living successfully in the home. We allow them to age in place. Our solution today, the company itself is about 5 years old. We're serving dozens of communities across Canada, and we have 20,000 people that we monitor 365, 24/7, and meet their needs through both healthcare providers, families, and institutions right across the province. People in the industry have probably heard a lot about remote care monitoring, remote patient monitoring. So the question is, why is GRT any different from one of many different solutions currently out there? Well, again, I would argue that the traditional or typical remote care monitoring systems tend to be very clinically focused. They're systems that are focused on diabetes, diabetic patients, focused on cardiac patients. They rely very heavily themselves on highly trained clinical practitioners. And GRT Health took a slightly different approach. We look at the presentation of disease rather than the disease itself. And what I mean by that is that somebody who's in cognitive decline will present with issues around wandering, medication adherence, even food security. So what we do is, regardless of the reason behind the issue, we look at those particular presentation aspects. So we're monitoring wandering, slips and falls, medication adherence, and everything related to that. We have a multidimensional solution. We have patent pending software in which we bring together a variety of different monitoring devices, personal alert devices, wearables. We have several different medication adherence devices, as well as we undertake passive activity monitoring through infrared. We're investigating radar as well as LiDAR type detection systems. And we have a state-of-the-art, what we refer to as our home health hub, which is for clinical monitoring. And one of the differences between what we do in clinical monitoring and sort of more, what I'll call more traditional medical monitoring, is we're looking at chronic disease management. Because we're dealing with seniors, many of the diseases that they are confronted are managed over time. So what we're looking to do with our system is proactive intercept the trajectory of disease decay, which may result in institutionalization, ED visits, and other responses. So what are the opportunities to healthcare providers? We can allow providers such as hospitals, home care agencies to meet their commitment to the community in providing high quality care. We can do it in a lower cost, and basically we can allow cross-sector integration between institutional and community-based care. We look to work with partners who do reselling and distributor. We undertake a business, a B2B model. So in local jurisdictions where people will better understand the provision of service in those communities, we look to work through them, both in terms of distributing as well as supporting the sales afterwards. With device manufacturers, we provide an opportunity to, I dare say, commercialize a variety of products through a proven technical platform. And with that, I'd look forward to speaking with anybody afterwards during the session, and thank you very much.
Hi there, I'm John Antiofsky, CEO, co-founder of Interlinks. So Interlinks, it's quite a complex solution that solves a fairly complex issue, which is transferring data between different medical systems, specifically radiology, EHRs. What we do is we like to say we're the cleaners of the dirty plumbing, organize the data for AI manufacturing, software companies, and so on. So why build this? There are other companies that have been doing this for a while. We've been in the industry for about 24 years with 5 different companies. And as with all our other companies, there was a better way of doing it. So simplifying the way that the data is cleaned up, normalized, and exchanged. Just background, I'll skip over that. Currently, we're active. We have 3 offices, Canada, UK, based out of Glasgow, and Fort Myers, which is, who knows what's going down there right now with the hurricane, but our guys so far is okay. I won't go through the product suite. Basically, at a high level, again, think of it as normalizing data, finding relevant priors for examinations, AI vendors looking to get clean data, normalized data to not have garbage in, garbage out. So right now in Ontario, we pretty much manage all of the imaging data that comes through the province. We normalize it, find relevant priors. And in the US, one of our well, it's the biggest radiology provider in the US, Rad Partners. So we broker most of their data throughout the US, connecting different hospitals, different vendors together. And again, we're behind the scenes. If you know our name, usually we're not doing our job too well. If you know our name as the buyer, then we're doing our job very well. That's it. Thank you.
What's going on? Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Gar Smith. I'm VP of Business Development and Partnerships at the Ontario Brain Institute. Our motto is that we sell brains. No, I'm just joking. It's only advancing brain health solutions. So we're based in Toronto, and we're slightly different from most research institutes. The goal for the Institute is not really to publish papers, it's about driving impact. And one of the ways that we do it is through really looking at mobilizing clinical health data, clinical research data, commercial innovation, and connected care. So when you look at this, you have to look at the OBI sandbox, right? So at the top left, you have our research networks. We have over 300 researchers across Canada. You know, we think that neuroscience is where cancer was about 20, 25 years ago, where the labels of the diseases are really hindering the way interventions are being built. The autism spectrum folks really have it right, where you're looking at a ranges of diseases instead of just one disease across the door. So we mobilize a deep phenotyping research network on the top left. And as a consequence of our funding, we get their data. So we built a globally unique informatics platform called BrainCode, which has all of the clinical research data. On the top right is all of the neurotech companies that we help support, and that's the team that I lead. All the commercialization funding. We have a number of commercialization funding programs. And another thing we have is a deep relationship with patient advocacy groups. So we feel that knowing what the customer is Googling every night and what researchers research, there usually is an ocean in between them. And what we do is we try to bring them together with BrainCode, where we work with patient advocacy groups to generate real world evidence in addition to the clinical research that we generate from researchers. So the collaborative research is across many disease states. We have cerebral palsy, depression, neurodevelopment disorders. We now have a new research program in youth mental health and in concussion. And also we have a legacy programs in neurodegeneration, epilepsy, and other concussion one. So BrainCode is a globally unique platform. It's a large-scale neuroinformatics platform. We really try to make sure that when people input data, there's a data standard that they have to hold. You can't just collect everything. We've learned that the hard way from other data sets. You really need to do lots of QC, QA to make sure that the data is right. I don't think we're going to impress you with the number that we have, but we're certainly going to impress you on the quality of the data. We also allow for the data to be shared. So we have a zoned approach. So anybody around the world can request data from BrainCode. And if it's a IRB approved study, generally we will send you the data, which is we've had over 300 data requests. And I think we've said yes to 297. Recently, we set up a center of analytics to look at all this data. In terms of a lot of the ways that we partner is through algorithm validation, testing out biomarkers. And I think that we just opened up this new center of analytics in order for us to partner with companies, with researchers that are looking to do this. The last thing I'm going to talk about is a couple of our commercialization programs. We have an annual event, a competition called NERV, where we fund up to 10 neurotech ventures with $100,000 for a grant, non-dilutive. We offer them mentorship and training. We've done this now for the last 11 years. We have 52 applicants. And I know we have the word Ontario in our name, but we actually accept companies across Canada. The last program we're going to talk about is NERD. This is what happens when you have neuroscientists coming up with names. This is an investment program that we have. We've invested in the number now is over 50. And again, this is a different role for a not-for-profit, is where we actually invest in companies that are trying to develop clinically validated neurotech. We have this large research network, we have this data set. Consumer type apps are not something that we can do. If you want to do the hard regulatory-based neurotechnology, we're available to partner. We have a number of success stories from our investments. We have a number of companies that have had large, pretty nice exits. The most interesting one is one called Mindset that was bought by Otsuka. It's a psychedelic company, preclinical, that got bought $80 million all cash. There's the OBI sandbox, and we're open to partnering from a research perspective, clinical trial perspective, a data perspective, and also commercialization. Thank you.
Next is representative for Neurologics. Unfortunately, he's not available to present. So I'll just make a quick talk about it. Basically, it's an app that measure the blood flow under the skin and give you a measurement of your vital signs and your mental state and how nervous you are, the stress level. It's a free app. It's called AN Aura. You could just go to your phone and download it free of charge. For the trial version, if you want to pay more, you get more data. It's all using, they call it the, some special terminology, effective AI engine that they have. Okay, the next is I will have Michael Miller. I think Pesa is not here, so I'll just skip that.
Hi, everyone. Okay, my name is Michael, and I'm losing my voice, sorry. My name is Michael, and my background is a computer scientist. Been working in digital health for over 20 years, and I teach at University of Toronto in health informatics. And I'm very passionate about understanding why healthcare has been kind of passed over by the information age. So when you think about industries and the advantages that they received with this fourth digital revolution, aviation basically 20x the efficiency of their administration. But why is healthcare only stuck at around about 2 to 3 times more efficiency when it comes to administration? So our theory, not really theory, it's studied, is that even though we think all of healthcare is operated and it's digital and everyone wants to sell you that it's digital, it's actually driven by people behind the scenes, right? And so when you think about physicians and clinicians, the notes that they take to deliver care are different than the notes that they take to put in the EMR to drive digital technology. And so this is leading to burnout. It's leading to double entry. It's leading to redundant data. The truth is that the notes that they store has that data inside it. And so we're all wondering, okay, wait a minute, we want healthcare systems to 4x or 5x as it goes into this next generation. But why is everything not working? Why can we not scale digital health? Why is it the fact that whenever we do a big digital health project, we have to hire more people? And the reason why is because the inherent way that we collect data to drive digital health is broken. It's completely broken. It's working off of the data flows that physicians manually type into EMRs behind the scenes. So it feels digital, but it's all manual. And so this is where we have come up with a new solution. So what we've done is we've worked with clinicians, nurses, and we said, what is the minimum data that you need to deliver good care to your patients? And we've used AI to analyze that and actually reverse encode the standards and the terminology that we need to drive digital health technologies. So instead of getting a nurse or a doctor to code and put the drop down and put all that field and triple the time that they have to take to do work, we use AI to recreate that terminology and then provide it in a framework that is aware, that's privacy and security aware. So it's based on HL7 Fire, but in its core, it uses SNOMED, ICD-9, as well as ARCS, Norman, LOINC to encode all that data. What does this do? Well, this now we feel will unlock the new technology revolution. We believe, and one of the reasons why we're here in Japan is it's one of the few countries where you have adopted Society 5.0, where you understand that you need to have a super intelligent infrastructure to drive automation at scale. And so we have examples of how we've deployed our solution to basically 4 or 5x productivity and automation inside healthcare environments. But I know I'm talking to life sciences people. So what's interesting for you guys? Well, when you're looking for people who are eligible for clinical trials or for automating notifications to people, quite often that data is trapped inside free text. Our system uncovers those codes so that you can bring real-time decision alert triggers for clinical trials, as well as relative treatments from free text data records inside the EMRs. If you're interested in what we do, please feel free to come up. We're deployed in numerous hospitals, but mostly in Canada, and we're looking to expand globally. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your patience, and I know we way over time, and we'll see you next year about Japan. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much, the Ontario team. So we are just 35 minutes behind the schedule. So we're gonna take a short break here until 5:50 p.m. So about 10 minutes. So we're gonna resume at 5:50 with a presentation from Embassy of Spain. So 10 minutes break. Thank you. Next speaker is the Embassy of Spain in Tokyo. So please.
Buenas tardes, buenas tardes, good afternoon, 皆様こんばんは。I'm Kentaro from the Spanish Embassy in Tokyo, Japan, working for the Economic and Commercial Office. We are a Spanish governmental promotion agency for export and investment. First of all, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to LinkJ team for giving us this magnificent opportunity, and we are happy to be here to present our delegation. From tomorrow, we will be participating in BioJapan sorry. Okay, so from tomorrow we'll be participating in BioJapan. As you can see in this slide, this year we are 2 delegations, but having 2 spaces face to face. At Spanish Pavilion in the booth C31, we have 7 companies. On the other hand, BioCat, BioCluster of Catalonia, will be at C38, representing 3 companies. Today, we would like to introduce you our companies very briefly and quickly. Each company will do 1-minute elevator pitch. So let's get started with the Spanish Pavilion. The first speaker is ACBio, a Spanish Biotech Association.
Thank you, Kentaro, and thank you to the Spanish Embassy and J-Link for the opportunity to introduce the Spanish Bioindustry Association. Spain is an ecosystem that is growing, that is expanding. We are currently producing high quality science. We could say that Spain ranks 9th in terms of biotech production, measured in terms of papers. And we think it's an ecosystem that is worth presenting and introducing to the Japanese ecosystem. I'm hoping that we will be able to connect and provide further information in our pavilion. The Spanish Bioindustry Association currently represents 320 Spanish companies out of a total of approximately 1,000 biotech companies which we have identified. So it's a 32% representation of the industry. And we're also responsible for supporting the efforts to internationalize the Spanish industry. We are in fact organizing next year an event called BioSpain, which is the equivalent of BioJapan well, we have to announce in a few weeks where and what dates, but we will make it public very soon. Last year, we had a delegation from Osaka and another delegation from Japan, thanks with the support of BioJapan. And we had about 2,200 participants from all over the world. A quarter of them were international, over 5,000 meetings, and we're hoping to repeat the same figures next year. Thank you.
Next.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Probably more than 10% of this room has are suffering autoimmune diseases. And for sure, your relative or relative that has some of one diseases. So our company is fighting to cure not only palliative autoimmune diseases. So we have preclinical assets based on type 1 diabetes, multiple sclerosis, celiac disease, among others. And well, the idea is to go beyond today's palliative treatment with our technology platform that reprogram the immune system to avoid that self-attack. So that's we are here to go forward in that aim. Thank you.
Next, Barcelona Supercomputing Center.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm a researcher at Barcelona Supercomputing Center. And in this center, we are pushing the boundaries of science thanks to our new supercomputer, the Mare Nostrum 5, one of the most powerful supercomputers in the world. So thanks to this incredible computational power and using advanced AI, we are able to redesign the proteins of any living organism, converting them into plurizymes. That means we add extra catalytic sites into these proteins without affecting their function in order to break down plastics at the molecular level. And thanks to that, we are able to create and modify bacteria that can grow and thrive on plastics and plastic waste. So we are targeting microplastic pollution and creating, we think, new solutions to this problem that we have. And some of the applications that we expect to do with this is for bioremediation. They can be applied in waste management also, sustainable manufacturing, and also for plastic upcycling. Thank you very much.
Next, Certes Pharma.
Hi, I'm Andres. I'm representing Certes Pharma. We are a biotech company who focus on the developing of a new platform for RNA vaccines with more than 1,050 proprietary ionizable lipids. We focus on the optimization of thermostable LNP formulations. And thanks to the huge family of ionizable lipids that we have achieved to passive target different organs aside of the liver. So reaching organs such as the lungs or the spleen are now possible passively. And also we are now focusing on an active targeting to the liver to a specific cell within a specific organ. And aside of that, we also have an RNA and oligonucleotide platform with every kind of modification to support our customers to deliver the RNA for the pathology that is trying to cure. Thank you.
Next, BioCat delegation.
Good
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nuria Martí. I'm the Director of Innovation and Business Development in Biocat, the organization driving the life science and healthcare ecosystem in Catalonia. I have the pleasure today to introduce the companies visiting Japan with us in our booth that will present their projects after that. So the bioregion of Catalonia is one of the top innovation hub in Europe because we have the main ingredients for that. First of all, the highly qualified talent that we have in our universities, the excellent research in our research centers, universities and hospitals, the top-notch hospitals performing clinical trials and positioning Catalonia as in the top ranking in terms of clinical trials in Europe and in the world. The landscape of entrepreneurs is a very vibrant and dynamic ecosystem, creating one company every week as an average. And also the pharma companies establishing their research centers, innovation hubs and headquarters in Catalonia, and the venture capitals based in Barcelona and investing in the companies that we have in Catalonia. So Biocat is this organization boosted by the Government of Catalonia and the Barcelona Council 20 years ago to dynamize this ecosystem. And we are working for all these companies, research centers, researchers, physicians, etc., in 3 axes. First of all, we are accelerating the ecosystem with programs to accelerate companies in medtech, in biotech, and in digital health. We are also promoting the relation and the connection between our deal flow of business opportunities with investors and corporates around the world. We are also connecting the different clusters, organizations in the world, and also projecting and promoting the bioregion of Catalonia. So thank you very much for your attention, and we are here if you would like to connect with actors and companies and research centers, hospitals in Barcelona and Catalonia, please contact us. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Carmen Plasencia. I'm co-founder and the CEO of Aromics. It's a development stage biotech company in Barcelona. We are developing novel therapies for the treatment of cancer. Over the last 7 years, we have been working in a family of new compounds that present a very unique attribute. They are capable to bind to specific sequences inside the RNA, the messenger RNA, and by doing that, silencing the expression of proteins, which are aberrantly expressed in cancer. Our first lead compound, NAXO35, is advancing currently into first-in-human clinical trial by the end of this year. And we are targeting refractory cancer tumors. And we have also a platform of compounds that are advancing into in different preclinical stages. Thank you very much. If you have any question about our compounds, I will be delighted to be receiving you in the partnering session or at the Biocat booth. Thank you very much.
So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Natalia, and I'm representing Beside Biotechnologies. Beside Biotechnologies is a biotechnological company located in Barcelona. And our mission, like company, is to provide solution to the community or to the research community worldwide. And when I talk about solution, the solution are, let's say, located in 3 different pillars. The first one, we are able to provide primary liver cells. And probably some more of primary liver cells are essentials in the case that you want to test, for example, any drug that you want to go with clinical or to the clinical trials. So hepatocytes are essential, and we are able to provide this type of cells. The second line of our solution is the tissue sourcing. Probably you don't know, or maybe you know, Spain is #1 in organ donation. So considering this specific point, we have created several connections between different hospitals. So we have a very big network, and we are able to provide tissue sourcing for research. And considering that we have the expertise and also the tools, and with the tools, I'm talking about cells primary liver cell specifically, but other cell type and also tissue sourcing, we are able to provide preclinical CRO services. So thank you very much for your attention. And if you have any question or you would like to connect during Bio Japan, I will be more than happy to connect with you. Thank you.
So that's all. If any question, please don't hesitate to talk to us, and hopefully we can see in Bio Japan. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
Right, thank you so much, Embassy of Spain. So our next speaker is Embassy of Switzerland. So please.
Hello, everybody. My name is Toshi Matsuda, Swiss Business Hub of Switzerland Global Enterprise in Japan. Thank you, Link Chair, for the opportunity. As you know, Switzerland is a global life science hub. And for the Bio Japan, we have about 17 exhibitors. So please visit our booth from tomorrow. And within the exhibitors, today I would like to introduce you one of the premier life science hub called Pulse in Lausanne. And Mr. Florian Wengler will be explaining more details. Florian, please.
Thank you very much, Toshi. So I'd like to introduce you first the Swiss Health Valley. What are you here? Yeah. Which is one of the most dynamic life science regions in Europe. Located in the heart of Europe, Switzerland has been among the world's top innovators for 13 years consecutively. 15.5 billion Swiss francs, or 3% of the annual GDP, is invested in R&D. 20% of the European biotech companies are headquartered in Switzerland. Switzerland has also an extensive network of trade agreements with the EU, EFTA, and other countries like Japan. Western Switzerland is home to one of the most diversified life science clusters in the world, the so-called Health Valley. Around 1,000 life science companies employing more than 30,000 people, more than 500 research labs, and 39 research and academic institutions. Ranked second leading life science cluster in Europe with revenues of 7.3 billion in 2023. By the way, the Swiss Stock Exchange is one of Europe's leading life science exchanges. Here you have a small selection of companies that have chosen to locate in the Health Valley. There are companies from all around the world and also including Japanese companies. By the way, companies that want to discover the ecosystem of the Health Valley can benefit from a soft landing program where you don't have to register your company. From there, you can access all infrastructures of the Swiss Innovation Park. The Swiss Innovation Park consists of several technology parks spread around the country. In the Health Valley, the EPFL West Park brings together all the innovation parks in French-speaking Switzerland. The Biopol campus brings together all the biotech companies and provides shared laboratory facilities. In the heart of this ecosystem is an innovative life science facility called Pulse, located in the north of Lausanne, close to Biopol, 45 minutes away from Geneva Airport. It's a sustainable project with various labels guaranteeing low energy consumption with modern, innovative, and representative architecture. The technical requirement spaces are highly flexible to meet different demands from different companies. Pulse is designed for life science on each floor, with ceiling heights from 4.40 meters to 5.80 meters, ventilation rates 5 times higher than normal buildings. This allows any type of labs classification from ISO 5 to grade A, or any type of equipment such as bioreactors or production lines. Pulse has a surface of 71,000 square meters in 2 buildings, each with 6 on-landing bays. The dimensions and equipments of the building can accommodate any type of biotech production, facility or offices in rental areas ranging from 300 square meters up to 40,000 square meters. It's, by the way, also a reason why Thermo Fisher chose this facility. Finally, in coordination with the Greater Geneva Bern Area and the local Economic Development Agency, we work closely with Swiss local authorities universities, research centers, and regulatory bodies to assist any international tenant who wants to settle in Pils or Switzerland. Our Federal Councillor Guy Parmelin will inaugurate Pils on May 16, 2025. If you are in our beautiful region at this time, and even if the ski season is over, we will be delighted to welcome you at this inauguration. Meanwhile, we will be also present at the Swiss pavilion at BioJapan in the coming days. Please visit us and enjoy our fine Swiss chocolate. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you so much, Embassy of Switzerland. So our next speaker is BPIPO from Taiwan.
Good afternoon. First, I would like to thank the organizer, Aki-san, and for the very kind invitation. I would like to talk about this afternoon about Taiwan and Taiwan's role in building a successful Asian biotech ventures. My name is Michael Huang. I'm sorry, how do I do this? Okay, all right. Good. Oh, no. Good now? Okay. No, I have to thank you again now. All right, this is online. Now, Taiwan is located in the Asia Pacific area, in the center of many major cities. If you take a flight, it's not really very far from Tokyo, Seoul, Beijing, and Hong Kong, and Singapore, and the major cities in Asia. We are breaking for quite a numbers. Okay, we are very good, doing very good in healthcare index and also democracy index in Asia, and also for world competitiveness ranking, we also achieve very high scores. Now, the biotech industry sectors in Taiwan include digital health, pharmaceutical industry, and medical devices, and applied biotech industry and healthcare. The focus of our biotech industry in Taiwan, in the subfields, we focus more on new drug development and precision medicine, advanced medical devices, and regenerative medicine, and digital health. Right. The revenue of the entire industry is growing constantly. Even during the pandemic time, we still have a very good revenue. Okay, now talking about the biomedical clusters. Okay, Taiwan is separated into 3 regions. Northern Taiwan is more focused on new drug and innovative medical devices. In the central part of Taiwan, it's more like a drug and the vaccine and rehabilitation kind of medical devices. In the southern part is more focused on API. And I would like to mention that there is a high-speed railroad connecting from north to south. So within 1.5 hours, you can go from the top of Taiwan to the bottom of Taiwan. The other thing is that we are breaking that very successful industry in the semiconductors, such as Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, now is well known, and also related to AI devices. Okay, and NVIDIA is building up a computation center in the southern part of Taiwan, which will provide a lot of computation power that empower our researchers to do more in depth of AI application in the biomedical area. As well as the AMD, the CEO, Lisa Su, is also from Taiwan. She mentioned that AMD is also going to build a research center in Taiwan. So Taiwan is going to expand its capability of using AI technology in the biotechnology. Okay, now these are some key statistics at one glance that Taiwan has 372 pharmaceutical companies and more than 1,200 medical devices companies. And we have also a strong power in doing the CDMO. We have PICS and the GMP compliant facilities for manufacturing for large molecule and also for antibodies and also for small molecules. And we have a very high quality of clinical research. So many big pharma like to come to Taiwan for clinical study. For example, Alnylam came to Taiwan for some rare disease, and they are very happy about what we are doing for the clinical research there. As I said, we are very good world-leading technology in the semiconductor, and the precision molding, and the ICT industry. And that is the place that we hope that down the road, the biotech industry can use these advantages. We have a very diversified profile of all age groups, okay? And we are using real-world data collected through our national insurance system, health insurance system, that will help the development of biotech down the road. Taiwan is also very good in ICT industry. So how does a bio combine with ICT to have a multiple interdisciplinary integration? We are working with a university, and we are working also with a non-for-profit organization, research institute, trying to bring up public and private partnership, that kind of model to boost the interdisciplinary study and development and the business. We have strong incentives from the government to support the biotech industry, including a tax benefit, R&D subsidiary, and the fund. Even we help the company in Taiwan to IPO from the government. There are three major programs for investing in Taiwan. One program is we welcome the overseas Taiwanese business to return to invest in Taiwan. And you can see the number over there. And also we have action plan for accelerated investment by domestic corporation, and also the action plan for accelerated investment by small and medium enterprise. We also play a very good citizenship, okay, about the global weather and the carbon emission. We have our layout plan also for this. Thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, thank you, Michael. I'm Jeffrey from DCB, and I'll give you a brief introduction of we are Development Center for Biotechnology in Taiwan, and our mission is to facilitate development of Taiwan's biotech industry. We are a nonprofit organization founded 40 years ago, and we have over 350 employees, 6 spin-off companies, and we also have a think tank. Okay, so here is the history of DCB. We started developing APIs and drugs 40 years ago, and also agricultural and environmental biotechnology. And then we switched to new drug development, including biologics, ADCs. And now we focus on precision medicine, especially cell and gene therapy. Okay, so here are the 6 spin-off companies shown here. And we are located in National Biotechnology Research Park in Taipei, Nangang. Okay, so here are the core functions of DCB. We do new drug development, mostly focused on oncology, immuno-oncology. And here are the drug modalities we focus on. And also we have RD and BD services, and we do bioindustry promotions. Okay, so in the past 40 years and ongoing, we have developed partnerships worldwide, and especially Japan is our very best partner. And all of you, thank you very much. And I'll pass on to Sylvia.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Sylvia also from BPIPO office. BPIPO full name is Biotechnology and Pharmaceutical Industry Promotion Office, which is under Ministry of Economic Affairs, Taiwan. Basically, our office provides one-stop service and help to provide all the information. So if you want to find information about medical information in Taiwan, like the policy, regulation, funding, or you want to find a partner like a research clinical trial or marketing, or you want to do a manufacturer, you can come to us. So basically, you can say our office provide one-stop service. So help you to do the connect to the research or development, do a marketing or strategy alliance, or you want to do the technology transfer, communication, commercialization, and for the others activities in Taiwan. You can come to us, especially in this kind of topic like new drug, medical device, ICT, regenerative medicine, cell and gene therapy, precision medicine, and CDMO. So if you want to talk about know more about Taiwan, welcome to find our office. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, the Taiwan team. So the next speaker is Wallonia Export Investment Agency in Tokyo. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Yuka Morita, Executive Director, Foreign Trade Division, Wallonia Export Investment Agency. First of all, I have to apologize. My co-speaker, OncoDNA, couldn't make it today. Since his previous meeting took too much time, more than he expected. So my speech will be very short, so I can contribute a minute or two to the delay. Wallonia is a French-speaking part of Belgium, and we have BioWin as a cluster in life science sector. BioWin is founded in 2006. Two strategic areas is biopharma and health tech. Especially focus topics in 2024, advanced therapies, nuclear medicine, and health data. They have 251 BioWins members, 139 industrial companies, of which 128 SMEs and 11 large companies. 5 universities and other partners. In Bio-Japan, we have a Belgian pavilion, and from Wallonia, we have 9 companies. And IT for IP, aseptic technologies, OncoDNA, Novadip, they are the regular participants. And this year, we have a new co-exhibitors, Catalent, Ceristic, Diosos, Immunoassay, Costeril, Edilab, Natural Care. And OncoDNA, he's supposed to make a speech today. They are in the field of precision medicine in cancer. I don't explain to you all this about all this company, but if you are interested to know about a company from Wallonia and their ecosystem, please come to our pavilion C24. And Belgian Beer Networking Reception is on day 2, October 10th from 3:30. Please join us. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution. And so the next speaker is it's a messenger RNA or mRNA Victoria. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. While we're waiting for the slides, my name is Rebecca Skinner. I'm from mRNA Victoria, which is based in Melbourne, Australia. And come and see the Australian Pavilion at Bio Japan this week. We'll be there with lots of other Australian companies as well. Right, so thanks for having me here today to speak. And I'll try and keep this short as well, because I think it's getting towards the end of a long day and there's probably some jet lag in the room as well. It's one of the advantages of being from Australia is the same time zone as Japan. It's really fantastic. Traveling somewhere as Australia with no jet lag. Anyway, mRNA Victoria. Click up. Thank you. Nope. That's okay. So while we wait for that, mRNA Victoria, we're a government agency set up in the state of Victoria in 2021, of course, in response to the COVID pandemic. Aha, and here we are. And I'll talk quickly today about our establishment and what we're hoping to achieve by making Melbourne, Australia a global centre of excellence for the research, development and manufacturing of mRNA vaccines and also therapeutics for cancer and rare diseases. So Melbourne, if you haven't been, come and visit. Everyone likes to visit Sydney, but Melbourne's way better. We're also the home of Australia's health and medical research sector. We have some amazing universities. We have Monash, which is #2 in the world for pharmacy and pharmacology. Great medical research institutes, fantastic hospitals. And Australia and Melbourne are a really great place to come and do your clinical trials if you don't know that already. We're faster, we're cheaper, we have an amazing regulatory system and a really diverse population as well. We have lots of partnerships with Japan already in Australia and Melbourne. We're really proud of those. We have an office actually here in Tokyo, and I have some colleagues from the Tokyo office here with me today, and they'll be at Bio Japan as well. So mRNA Victoria was set up in 2021, of course, and part of what we set up to do was establish that end-to-end ecosystem for mRNA technology. We've done this, and I'll talk about this as I go through today, through various different mechanisms. One is we partner with Moderna, who are coming to Australia and have built, it's nearly finished, a vaccine manufacturing facility in Melbourne. This is going to be part of Australia's pandemic response, but also it will manufacture flu, RSV, other vaccines from Moderna's pipeline. We've partnered with BioNTech, who are building a clinical scale manufacturing facility in Melbourne. That's really to help us and anyone who wants to come to Melbourne to partner with us and BioNTech to progress their vaccine and therapeutic candidates through that facility into clinical trials. We have a big grant program. We're really focused on workforce training as well, AI, and of course, global partnerships. This is just a slide talking about some of our grants we've given out. If anyone's interested, we've spent sort of nearly 30 million on research projects across the spectrum, but happy to come and see me later. I'll talk about those some more. As I said, leadership in vaccine manufacturing. So Melbourne was already home to CSL Seqirus, and they have just built a huge new cell-based flu vaccine manufacturing facility in Melbourne. Moderna has built a mRNA vaccine manufacturing facility also in Melbourne, and BioNTech is just starting construction now of their clinical scale facility. Talked about Moderna. It's a fantastic facility, and they're not just bringing manufacturing to Melbourne, Australia, they're bringing clinical trials, they're bringing R&D partnerships and big investments in R&D, they're bringing their fellowship program as well. They really demonstrate what a great place we are to do business, and so I really encourage you to come and speak to us or speak to Moderna about partnering and collaborating. To support Moderna, BioNTech, CSL and others, we've invested in the Monash Centre for, I'm not going to spell its whole name, it's really long and boring, and I need a good acronym if anyone's got one. But it's, it's an mRNA Centre for manufacturing and workforce training. It's open to students from around the world to come and do short courses in mRNA as a therapeutic platform, in GMP and quality control and quality management. The web link's there if anyone wants to learn some more. And the centre has got some great partnerships already around the world, and we're initiating partnerships here in Japan as well. Oops, someone's got a Teams message. BioNTech are building a clinical scale facility in Melbourne. They're also bringing an innovation centre to Melbourne as well. This is a really unique, innovative project. It's innovative for us, it's innovative for BioNTech. This is a facility that's going to be open to partnerships with the developers of research assets. So if you've got an mRNA vaccine or an mRNA therapeutic for cancer, you can come to Melbourne, you can partner with BioNTech. The state government will help you, my team will help you do that. And they'll provide you advice and support on how to get that candidate through its preclinical stages and into manufacture, into this facility once it's built, and then into a phase 1 clinical trial. So really, really innovative, bringing all of BioNTech's expertise in mRNA development to Melbourne, to this sort of open concept platform. And this is just some more elements of the BioNTech project. They'll have manufacturing for research grade mRNA, really important, of course. That will be up and running very soon. We'll have the GMP clinical manufacturing, so manufacturing for those phase 1 clinical trials. And that innovation centre, which is already up and running and staffed with expert staff to support those biotech companies, those researchers who have those mRNA candidates they want to progress. And that's open to partnering with groups across Australia, but also across the world. So really fantastic, and really encourage you to come and learn more. We've also invested in the Centre for AI and Medical Innovation. This has just been launched. That's going to focus on AI for not just clinical trials, but developing new immunotherapies, and also in workforce development. As we know, companies like BioNTech and Moderna have made huge investments in AI, and it's a big part of the future for the pharmaceutical sector. We're really, really keen on international partnerships. That's partially why I'm here in Japan. We're really looking forward to partnering more with our Japanese colleagues. We already have established MOUs with Korea, with the United Arab Emirates, and also with South Africa as well. So really keen to partner more in those spaces. And what we're doing at the moment is we're doing some co-funding of some research grants with all of these partners. So lots of good opportunities. And that's all. So come and see us, contact us, open to partnerships across all these areas or other areas I haven't thought of. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much. So now the next and the final speaker of the session is the EU-Japan Center for Industry Cooperation.
Good evening. It seems I have the famous spot between this and your food. So I want to present you basic two things. The first one, I want you to let you know what the EU-Japan Center for Industrial Cooperation is. And the second is I want to let you know about our great companies that came to Japan for this time. Now, what is the EU-Japan Center? So we are a joint venture between the European Commission and the Japanese Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry. So a rather unique organization with offices in Tokyo and in Brussels and around 40 staff, and a really broad goal to promote industry, trade, R&D, innovation, and investment cooperation. And we're doing plenty of different programs, so that ranges from training to business support service, also innovation support. We're the national contact point for the Horizon Europe program here in Japan, and there are various other programs. I don't go into detail right now. We're covering all kinds of clusters, but in the field of life science, this is what we do. We bring what we call a mission each year, usually to BioJapan. We're organizing matchmaking events, partnering events. We just come from Osaka, where we organized one with close to 300 meetings. And we also promote partnering events in Europe, European clusters, for example. And there's also information on websites that we provide mainly to European companies. And there are plenty of other programs. I don't name them all in detail. And now let's come to the different companies. So that's 11 this time. The first company is Biomicode Hellas from Greece. It's a CRO. I need to take my little paper to not make all mistakes. So it's a CRO providing a preclinical service in the field of inflammation, fibrotic diseases, and cancer. And they're working with mouse models. And yeah, please visit them at our stand at BioJapan. We're at C28. The next company is SealCare. So if you're in the research about hearing-related diseases, that's the company you should meet, whether it's treatment or diagnostics. I just forget one thing. Some of the companies, some of the people, you see the pictures, they're actually here. So the first, I go one slide back. No, one more. Maria, she's here in the back. If you can just raise your hand. Others you will see at BioJapan in the partnering or at our booth. Next one who's also here is Sauro. He's a cluster manager in the Emilia-Romagna region. They're covering all kinds of activities in the life science, medical technologies, healthcare, and digital health field. So if you're into building connection with Italy and with this region, that's the guy to talk to. And CTI Biotech is working producing human tissues using 3D bioprinting and additive manufacturing. And that's what they do. Ictos is a company using all kinds of AI and robotics technologies for drug development. Longevity, they work on peptides, basically to counter the buildup of misfolds proteins in cells, tissues, and organs. From Latvia, next one is Ophiomics. Jose, he's also here in the back. So Ophiomics is integrating bioinformatics and AI and genomics for better diagnostics and prognostics. Also very interesting field. And PL Bioscience is offering human platelets-derived cells and culture media ranging with different ranges up to GMP compliant ranges, of course. The next one is T-Light Holding. They're doing high-level, high-quality microscopy for cell imaging, also with various specific applications. Tox by Design. Mathieu, he's also here. And Tox by Design is providing toxicological risk assessments for biotech and pharma manufacturing. And they use AI and in silico computational modelization and simulation for doing this. Then I think that's last but not least, Igion is developing personalized cancer vaccines which target the activation of the patient's immune system. So it's a really targeted thing. And that's it. That are our companies, and this will be our booth at C28. I really invite you to visit us, talk to the companies, or request meetings in the partnering. Everyone I just showed you has a partnering account, so feel free to contact us or the companies. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you so much, and amazing. We are just 10 minutes behind the schedule, so salute to everyone. So now we are going to do the networking session in the Y area next to this room. So please enjoy the food and drink and also the conversations between among your peers. So thank you so much, and have a great evening. Thank you.